Nature today is filled with some truly bizarre and breathtaking species, but even the most majestic creatures alive cannot compare to species from the past. In particular, those that roamed the planet during the Pleistocene period, or as it's more commonly known, the Ice Age. However, imagine if a handful of these prehistoric peculiarities survived into modern times. While if these sightings are to be believed, this may just be the case. Here are 5 Ice Age beasts that may still exist. Sit back and enjoy. The giant ground sloth. Standing as tall as an elephant, weighing 4 tons and equipped with huge claws, the ground sloth is a far cry from its slow modern ancestor. These huge shaggy beasts had a wide range, living throughout much of North and South America. And although the ground sloth was a herbivore, its huge bulk and wickedly sharp claws meant it would have commanded respect from even the fiercest predators. It's believed to have gone extinct around 10,000 years ago. However, in the dense Amazon, sightings persist of a strange creature locals called the mapinguari, described as a massive, furry creature with huge claws and a vicious attitude. Could it be possible that the population of giant ground sloths survived the Ice Age in South America, one of their last strongholds, and now live in the near impenetrable depths of the Amazon? What do you think? The Shortfaced Bear. The largest land predator alive today is the formidable polar bear, standing up to 10 feet tall and weighing more than 800 pounds. It's the king of its domain. However, it's a teddy bear in comparison to its ancient cousin, standing 13 feet on its hind legs, weighing just shy of a ton, and with a mouth big enough to fit a human skull inside with room to spare. Arctodus, or as it's better known, the short-faced bear, is the biggest meat-eating mammal ever to walk on land. Brutish bear roamed Ice Age North America, hunting down bison and horses, and even chased off other predators from their kills. Although scientists speculate it died out around 10,000 BC, there are strange sightings which could suggest Arctodus made it through. Native American legends have always told of bears much bigger than the usual that cannot be harmed by spears and bows. In 1854, Inuit hunters in northern Canada shot a huge bear unlike anything they'd seen before. They contacted naturalist Robert McFarlane, and after examining the skin and skull of the specimen, McFarlane found that its fur was light yellow, unlike the brown and black bears of the region. Its skull was also unlike any bear he had ever seen, leading McFarlane to declare the specimen as a new species. Sadly, the remains are too old and degraded to be examined conclusively today, so the true identity of McFarlane's bear still remains uncertain. The moa. Mammals were not the only family to grow to huge sizes during the Ice Age. Hidden away on the isolated island of New Zealand was the moa, a gigantic flightless bird that stood 12 feet tall and weighed more than a horse. Despite its imposing size, the moa was in fact a peaceful plant eater, and this was inevitably its downfall, as when settlers from Polynesia arrived, they found the slow, gentle moa an easy target, leading them to be hunted to extinction around 12,000 years ago. However, rumours persist of the moa's existence on the island, with locals reporting strange bird calls unlike any ever heard before, and huge 3-toed tracks have allegedly been found in the dense forests. The most compelling piece of evidence comes in the form of a 1993 photograph taken by hotel owner Paddy Freeney. Freeney claims that he and 2 others were hiking in the mountains of Arthur's Pass when they spotted the huge bird standing next to a stream. After spotting the group, the moa fled, but Freeney was able to take what he claims was a hasty photograph of the bird running away. The photo itself is unfortunately too blurry to be easily identified. But what do you think? Do you think somewhere out there the moa still exists, quietly getting on with its life away from human civilization? Megalania. Australia is well known for its vast array of unique wildlife, like the platypus or echidna. But during the Pleistocene era, the animals were even stranger, and they all lived in fear of one creature, the Megalania. Nothing like Megalenia had walked the earth since the days of the dinosaurs. A gigantic monitor lizard, bigger than a crocodile, with a mouthful of razor-sharp teeth, lined with venom that stalked the deserts of Australia. In fact, the Megalania was so terrifying that it's still talked about to this day in Aboriginal folklore. So imagine if this living nightmare had survived until the present. European settlers recorded sightings of massive lizards as soon as they arrived on the Australian continent. And in 1890, newspapers reported an Australian village was besieged by a massive unknown reptile which killed livestock. But much more recent sightings have been reported. For example, in 1970, a surveyor in Alice Springs reported that while doing his job, he saw what he had first believed to be a large log suddenly stand up and skulk off into the undergrowth. In 1979, Australian cryptozoologist Rex Gilroy was contacted by a cattle farmer who claimed he saw a lizard in excess of 20 feet long on his property. Plaster casts were made of its tracks, and Gilroy also related a story that a former Australian Special Ops soldier who wished to remain anonymous had told him. While on a training exercise in the rainforests of the Normanby Range, his unit came upon a dead cow which had been dragged into the jungles and ripped to pieces. All around its body were huge lizard tracks up to 2 feet across. The Sabre-Toothed Cat. Arguably the most iconic of all Ice Age creatures, the Sabre-Toothed Cat, or Smilodon, were killing machines. Huge, fast, and massively powerful. The Sabre-Toothed Cat would pounce upon prey, wrestle it down, and then put its infamous 11-inch fangs to lethal use, severing the jugular vein and windpipe in one ruthless bite. Truly a fearsome beast, the saber-tooth family conquered both South and North America, up until the very end of the Ice Age. The locals of the Anidi Plateau in Chad, Africa, tell tales of a big cat unlike the others that live there. They say it's much bigger, with dark fur and black stripes, and most telling of all, its fangs protrude from its mouth. In 1910, French missionaries traversing the Bemigo River reported that one of their party was attacked and killed by what they could only describe as a water tiger. And in 1920, not far from where the incident occurred, hunter Marcel Harley came across a dead hippo that was covered in massive slash wounds. Most recently of all, in 1975, while on a hunting expedition on the plateau, Christian Leno heard a strange roaring coming from a nearby cave. His local guide claimed it was the sound of the fabled big cat, and he refused to carry on the hunt. Is it possible that the apex predator of the Ice Age has survived in this remote corner of Africa, cut off from the rest of the world? What do you think? So that's 5 incredible Ice Age beasts that may still exist today. We'd love to hear your thoughts on these, and if you really think that any of these still inhabit this earth. Thanks for watching, and as always, we'll see you in the next video.